Hey there, so I thought I'd make another video here. This is David. We're talking about tinnitus and what to do about it. I was just sitting here just now and it's very quiet, so I've definitely got the ringing in my ears right now, but it's a nice sound. I enjoy it. What else is there to do? It's so easy to get alarmed by it, that there's a sound that won't go away. But, there's a lot of sounds that won't go away, at least not at the very moment you're wanting them to go away. There's a plane flying in the sky outside. There's some kind of other sound in the other room. I'm not sure what it is. It's very quiet though. There's a neighbor's kid maybe making a noise. So I'm fortunate I can hear those sounds too. That's kind of a nice little exercise you can do. While you have the tinnitus, what other sounds can you hear? That can help you to alert your brain to thinking a little bit different than just on the tinnitus. Another thing you can do is do some things with music. Like I'll take this pin here. And I'm making some little drumming sounds with it. You can even you could be a drummer, couldn't you? So what am I doing there? I'm diverting my attention over to the sound of something else. And maybe even having fun with it. I could use my hands too. Right? Always heard drummers make funny faces, don't they? Just moving your attention to other things besides just the tinnitus, including sounds, can be very helpful. You can even, like what I'm doing right now, I'm talking to you and I can hear the sound of my own voice. I have a question. Are there any poems you've ever wanted to read aloud? You could find a poem and you can listen to your voice speaking the poem. Sometimes listening to your own voice can give you confidence and also peace, because it's kind of, especially if you use a good voice, a consoling voice, it's kind of relaxing to hear yourself talk, especially, like I say, if you talk nicely to yourself. And you could find a nice poem, or I like to study languages. So I was just studying this here about acupuncture in Chinese. 当你踏进针灸馆的门，你会发现这里. I won't keep speaking Chinese, but like as I'm studying the language, I hear myself speaking. So for a moment there, as I was talking to you, I tuned out my tinnitus. It's quite loud right now. I'm in a quiet room and it has a nice ring to it. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do, right? It's got a nice ring to it. What else are you gonna say? Right, and you see what I'm doing there too. I'm making it something funny, something light, something that's not serious as I joke about it. Okay, it's got a nice ring to it. I love the sound. And as you get in that mode of thinking, you just your brain's chemistry is different. It doesn't get you in this panic mode about it. You learn to cope with it. Coping maybe is not the best word. You learn to love living your life and your life has a nice ring to it, right? So I don't mean to take a serious thing, and yes, I do actually. I mean to take a serious thing and laugh about it, because what are you gonna do? So, but as you make it something a little bit lighter and maybe even funny, your brain's chemistry changes, and you don't think about it so seriously. And if you can get in the habit of doing that more, then you're set. You'll be facing the tinnitus very well. Yeah, we got a noise. And I'm feeling fine. These kinds of thoughts, you want to cultivate these thoughts, you know, it's kind of boring being in silence all the time. I've got something to keep me company, and it's got a nice ring to it, yeah. So think about that. Like, you hear me rocking in the chair. I'm very noticing of lots of different sounds besides just my tinnitus. And I've got my air purifier right over here, and having a little background hum makes it a lot easier for me to tune out the tinnitus. Maybe I'll turn it on now. It's not that loud, but it kind of just gives me a secondary noise besides the tinnitus. And I find, in a sense, the tinnitus kind of goes silent. It's still there, and I can hear it. And it's got 3 levels. I usually put it on level 2. It's a little louder. And by level 2, it gets easier to ignore the tinnitus. That's pretty loud, isn't it? Yeah. I think I'll bring it back down to level 1. But even there, you know, I'm just thinking about different sounds. Okay, that's a nice quiet hum now. And, but just learning to be okay with your tinnitus. I think one of the hardest times, at least for me, is when I'm by myself and I don't have anything to do. Actually, I have lots of things I could do, but you know what I mean. When you're by yourself, it's easy to just fall into sort of a panic or anxiety or even hopelessness because you feel like there's nothing you can do about it. And if you do find yourself at home for a long time, maybe you should go outside instead of sit there and think about your tinnitus the whole time, right? So there's lots of things you can do. I don't know if my video is really about all that much today. I'm just sort of having a good time, I guess, today. But I just want to just keep sharing with you some different patterns of thinking that might help you to sort of just learn to cope with it a little bit better. And I guess, yeah, right now you've got a nice ring to it, don't you? But can you laugh about it a little bit? Can we make it a little bit lighter and not so serious? And you know, carry that with you when you start feeling all hopeless and anxious. I'm kind of feeling anxious, but it's got a nice ring to it. And you know, you can find some other sounds you can get into. You can dance, you can sing, you can hear your own voice. Lots of things you can do with sound because your ears are still working, because you're listening to me right now, aren't you? So your ears are fine, and there's a lot to not worry about and have fun. So I just want to encourage you to take a lighter approach to it, and maybe it'll help you today. So have a great day. I'll see you.